I still remember the exact moment it hit me like a slap in the face. Sorry, George, we can't afford a gift for your son this year, my parents told me. I said, no problem, I understand. But then the next morning, I saw the post. New iPhones wrapped in glittery bows sitting proudly on their kitchen table. My son saw it too. The change in his eyes was enough to make me feel sick. I couldn't let it slide. I went online and shut down every line on their phone plan. Everything. I didn't care about the consequences. By 9 a.m., my father was knocking at my door, his face red, his fists clenched, and his voice shaking with rage. My son Thomas is only 8. He's the type of kid who believes in magic, who still leaves cookies for Santa, just in case. He doesn't ask for much. A new baseball, maybe a sketchbook with fresh pages. Simple things, the kind of things any child would love to have. So when I told him, Grandpa and Grandma are having a tough year, so no gifts this Christmas, he nodded quietly. He didn't cry, didn't ask why. He just said, okay. I thought I was protecting him, making sure he didn't feel the weight of the truth. But then that damn post showed up on Facebook. New iPhones for my sister's kids. The caption, Merry Christmas to our favorite grandkids. You deserve the best. It was like a knife to my chest, watching my son's face fall. I never imagined it would be like this. Not from them. I had been paying their phone bill for years. No one knew this, but I took on that responsibility after my dad lost his job. At first, it was just to help them out. Then it became something else. A silent promise I made to myself. It wasn't about the iPhones. It wasn't about the money. It was about how they saw us. How they saw me. I'd been footing the bill for 5 years, quietly, no complaints. I never expected anything in return. They were my family. But when I saw that post, I realized how they'd been taking advantage of me. How everything had been one-sided. No, it wasn't just about this year's Christmas. It was everything that had come before. The endless favors I'd done, the sacrifices I made without a word of thanks. All while they lived it up, taking cruises, buying new cars, new electronics, and now this, my son forgotten. I didn't say anything to them. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I just walked to my laptop, logged into the carrier site, and shut off every line I was paying for. Mine stayed on, theirs didn't, and just like that, I was done. The next morning, my dad showed up at my door, fists pounding like the world was ending. His face was red, his voice rising with each word. "What the hell did you do?" he demanded. I stood there, calm as if I was talking to a stranger, not my father. I could have expected him to apologize or even explain, but no, he was angry. Angry at me, like I was the one who'd crossed the line. It wasn't just about the phone bills anymore. No, it was everything. The unspoken resentment, the years of double standards. My son wasn't a second thought. He wasn't an extra. That day, my dad left in a rage, cursing me out. I thought that would be the end of it. But then my sister texted me. Her mom and dad are upset. You should have talked to them first. That's when I knew the game they were playing. They were trying to flip the script, make me out to be the unstable one, the irrational one. What they didn't expect was that Matt, my brother, had been paying attention. He lives a few hours away, but he had seen enough to know something wasn't right. 2 days later, Matt called me. I didn't even have to say much. I could tell by the way he spoke that he already knew. "What the hell is going on?" he asked. Apparently, Mom had called him crying, saying I'd snapped, saying I was jealous of my sister's kids, saying that I was taking things out on the family. He didn't buy it. Not for a second. He asked her one simple question. Did you buy new iPhones for Lisa's kids this year? When she said yes, he didn't even argue. He just told her he'd call me. I didn't tell him everything. I didn't have to. I just told him the truth. The phones, the lies, the years I'd been paying for their bills, and how they had the nerve to post it all like I didn't exist. Matt didn't say much. He just agreed. Yeah, that's not okay. 3 days later, he told me something that changed everything. He wasn't coming for Christmas, not with his kids. Not until they made things right. Not until they acknowledged the damage they had done. That was the turning point. For the first time, someone had said no to them. They didn't know how to handle it. I didn't hear from them for a few days after that. No calls, no texts. But the messages started coming, and this time they weren't the usual guilt-tripped pleas. These were different. They were polite. "Can we talk?" they asked. "We need to make things right." But I knew what they were doing. They weren't asking to fix anything. They were trying to regain control. They needed to feel like they still had the power. I told them they could come over Saturday at 3 p.m. No promises, no warm welcome, just the time and the address. They showed up exactly on time, but not alone. Lisa was with them. No apology, just a performance. They walked in like they were doing me a favor. My son heard the conversation and walked right back into his room. That was it. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't scream. I just told them to leave. This wasn't about reconciliation. This was about them clearing their name, not about mending what had been broken. A week later, Matt called me again. He'd gotten a message from Lisa. She said I was playing victim, that I was punishing them for no reason, that I was blowing things out of proportion. It didn't surprise me. They were losing control, and they didn't know how to fix it. Matt didn't let it slide. He went even further. He sent them a formal letter, a registered letter. In it, he laid out 3 demands. 1, they had to apologize to me privately, no excuses. 2, he and his wife were revising their will. If anything happened to them, guardianship would go to me, not them. 3, no more contact with his kids unless they change their ways. When they showed up again, no gifts, no lies, no Lisa, I knew it was different. They brought me something, though, a crumpled, faded drawing I made when I was 8. Me and my family, it said. That was all they had left. And when my father finally spoke, he said the words I'd waited my whole life to hear. We screwed up. No excuses, no drama. But here's the thing. Could I forgive them? I don't know. Not yet. But I had one rule. No more pretending. If they wanted to be part of our lives, they had to earn it. No more power plays. No more acting like everything was fine when it wasn't. And now I ask you, what would you do? Would you forgive them? Or would you protect your family from them forever?